Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome to episode 30 of Jagiland. On the last episode I did a bunch of exploring and found a mesa biome and a jungle biome. So I managed to gather up some hardened clay, red sand, jungle saplings and cocoa beans, which was needed for quite some time. Now I did that episode really to just take the focus away from this area. Well, I suppose not this area because I haven't actually shown the bridge off that much, but sort of the farm area, well, in the spawn town in general. I've been a little burnt out from it, so I need to just take a break, do a little bit of exploring, and just play the game, that kind of thing. It's important to take a step back every now and then, just to kind of refresh yourself. And it felt pretty good, and today's episode, we're actually going to stay away from Spawn Town again. Not really to refresh ourselves, but because we are going to be starting in a couple of new areas, and one of them is the farm area. Not the farm area, but the place where we're going to have things like the redstone farms, things like the mob farm, iron farm, AFK fishing farm, and what's other things? I don't know, slime farm, things like that. All the farms. And that is going to be in an area over there where we have visited before. And what I'm going to do, I am going to build a sky base with all the different farms linked together, and the sky base in the middle. Now, we need a way to get up to a sky base, and I don't like the conventional ways. I don't like things like well, I do like minecarts actually, but I think I've done that too often. You know, it's kind of overdone. And I don't have any elytra wings yet, so I'm going to build a piston elevator, a translocator piston elevator. Now, if you've seen my I had like one foray into redstone in the skeleton farm, and that was not a complete disaster, but was not that successful either. So that's pretty much the extent of my redstone experience. But I actually think I've managed to come up with a design myself that works pretty well. I will talk about that actually in the new area. What I'm going to do, I'm going to need a lot of blocks taking over there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab whatever I think I'll need and make a few trips over there, probably with the horse. We'll either go for Mr. Heimdall or Mr. Jericho. And I will meet you over there. Okay guys, so I've made it over here with Heimdall. And as you can see, I've already set up a load of blocks here. We have the redstone stuff and a load of building blocks and just some random crap. Okay, so let's put this guy in the hole. And he already has a friend. These goddamn chicken. They are the bane of this series. One thing have you noticed? Loads of chicken. No rabbits. There's no bunnies anywhere. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for them throughout this series. Okay, so for this, I'm going to need sticky piston, or regular piston, redstone, what do you call it? Repeaters, and pressure plate. And then just grab some andesite, some of these slabs, and gravel. Okay, so over here, I have a wonderfully ornate monument. Yes? Beautiful. This is where the actual elevator is going to be. So you'll go into it there and it will shoot up. Okay, and I'm just going to stick some andesite to the side of it. I'm not actually going to use andesite here. I'm just going to do this temporarily just to show you. Okay, so you've just got this one block gap to go straight up with. Now this design is something that I'm going to tentatively say I've invented. Oh yes, I've actually come up with my own redstone creation. Now, that worries me. That worries me a lot because it may just mean that I'm doing a design that no one else is using because there's a reason not to use it. What happened is I want a redstone elevator that fits in a sort of the actual mechanism fits in a 3x3 area. So, including this one, 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. And I couldn't find anyone that, or any design and any tutorial that fit in that at the base. The base always seemed to be like about 5 or 4 blocks wide, and then going into a 3 block by 3 block space. That's no good for me. I want this to be 3 by 3. This has to fit in a 3 by 3 for the particular design I'm going to use for the actual elevator. Now, design's not something I'm really going to use that much in this place. It's more about the functionality, but I still want to make this actual initial elevator look pretty, basically. Okay, so we have the pressure plate going into a piece of redstone, into a repeater. Oh god. Disaster already. Into a sticky piston. I don't have many of these in the world because I don't have many slime balls, but that's okay. Sticky piston going into another repeater. Into a piece of redstone, I believe. I don't have a screenshot up because I am stupid. That looks right. And then, yes. Yes. Yeah, okay, so the redstone then travels this way. So I believe these work on a sort of a single tick principle, so that what happens, yeah, you can't really see it from that, but what happens is the signal travels through this block initially, and through this repeater up to here, but as soon as this block actually lifts up, the signal gets cut off. And that's how it creates the single tick pulse, from what I understand. And considering I barely understand anything, maybe that's completely wrong. I don't know. Okay, so we use this half slab because we then want the signal to go from here up to there. Hopefully that's worked. Okay, and then this signal then travels to here to link up to a regular piston, not a sticky piston, a regular one. Like so. And then it's going to travel repeater up to here. And then this is going to have, this is where the genius part comes in. Okay, a piston with some gravel on top. Now, the reason for the gravel... Oh, God, I need to sleep. Okay, so the reason for the gravel is when I used a sticky piston with a block on top, I think it's so fast that it pushes up and then the block just stays there. Despite the fact it's a sticky piston, it doesn't bring it back down because it's going so fast. So I figured regular piston, piece of gravel on top, it pushes the block up, but instead of staying there, because it's gravel, it falls down. Genius! I know. I've surprised myself. I will be right back in 1 second. Alright, so I should actually mention, maybe it's not the speed that's stopping the block from moving back down with the sticky piston. Maybe it's something to do with weird block update crap. I don't know. Okay, so what I need to do is let's just bring that down. And then, yeah, let's... Can I get up to the... Oh, fail. Okay. Oh my god, I'm in a hole. Okay. Fail on many levels. So let's just bring this up a little bit. Do I have any of that? No. Okay. Okay, so the next layer is going to be there. Regular piston. So all we do is follow this same sort of pattern. You put a block next to there, so this signal travels through a repeater into a block with redstone dust, and this goes up to that block like so. That powers one of these blocks wherever the piston is. Yeah, so it powers that block, activates that piston there. Then you get a repeater. Now, if you're doing this on a server, I would probably recommend adding some ticks to these repeaters here. Am I doing this right? I hope so. Yes, I think so. Piece of redstone and a regular piston again. Gravel, block. Oh, repeater. Block. Block. Dust. And then do this one up to there where the repeater would be, I presume, there. Like so. Repeater, and then just repeat that pattern all the way up to the top. Now, I don't actually know how high I'm going to go just yet. I should probably think about that, though. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on this repeating pattern all the way up to a certain height and see how we go from there. Okay, so I built it up to about Y90, but I just then realized before I should do all this, I should actually figure out the pattern first. So what I'm actually going to do with is good old faithful. Oh, I should mention, I've kind of tricked you. I said this was a 3x3 mechanism. It's not really, because you need these blocks either, well, actually just one side is this side. You need this block one side of the elevator shaft. You know, so the where is it? The redstone signal hits this block, powers this piston here. So technically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3, technically, but it works for this design. So shut up and go away. Okay, so we're just gonna stick with Old Faithful for this. Polished andesite, chiseled andesite, polished andesite. I'm sure you've seen that before. I know you've seen that before, plenty of times in the other in Spawn Town. Okay, but I'm gonna mix it up. Oh yes, some clay. And then I'm just going to repeat the usual design all over again. And what I'm looking for really is I kind of want to end on a specific block. I want the chisel stone brick to be at the top. So I would finish it there. I don't think this is going to be high enough. I think we're going to have to go into the hundreds, maybe. Okay, so what are we at here? We're at Y132. This feels pretty good, right, for a sky base. We're pretty high. Okay, this'll do. Okay, so there it is. Wow, that actually took forever. Placing every single one of these. I've lost the will to live. But unfortunately, now I've got to place all of the rest of the blocks. I've got to cover up every side and then do some sort of design around it. But I haven't actually tried this yet, so here goes. So let's just back into it. Okay, so it's not the quickest, but you do get a nice view of the place, and it actually works. Amazing. Something that I've actually built with redstone works. Ha! They said it couldn't be done. Prove them wrong. Time and time again. Now, how the hell do I get down? Oh, I actually made a water drop. Aha. See? See? Got my brain on today. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. I'm actually going to use a sort of water drop on the other side. See where we have this elevator shaft on this side? What you're going to be able to do is drop down into some water this side. So what I've got to do, I've got to repeat this pattern on this side. And I'm not going to make it into like a square. It's not going to be a circle. It's going to be a... What's the word? Ellipse? Ellipsoid? Ellipsis? Egg shape? egg shape. Okay, guys, so I lied. I'm not doing it an egg shape. I'm not doing it elliptical, elliptical, ellipticoidal, oval. It's just circle. It's just a regular circle. And the reason is, I would have ended up with a, if I push this back one, I would have ended up with like a 2-block thing here. And I don't like working with even numbers, and I couldn't make it work with the 2 blocks next to each other. Everything I tried looked terrible, so it's a circle. But what it does mean is we've now got these water drops on every other side to the piston elevator, so that kind of works in my favor. So I'm fairly happy with that. That suits me. Okay, so let's work on the design. Oh, maybe I should actually test that this works, because I haven't yet. So, oh no, why? I'm not even very high. What? Why is the piston there? Don't you? Okay, you watch this. Watch this gravel turn into what do you call it? Flint. Look at that. Is this a fortune? Oh my god. Oh wait, do I have gravel on me? I do. I came prepared. Professional YouTuber. I need that thing back. Thank you. Near the gravel, piston there. Let me jump up here. Put the piston there. Gravel there. Are all of these wrong? Well, I can see that's wrong. What was I thinking? I thought I tried this already. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to break a few blocks. Well, I didn't actually have to break a few blocks. I just accidentally broke them. Oh. How about we don't use the fortune pick? Okay, they look pretty good. So let's hope for the best with this. I'm making a mess inside here. As you can see, I lit it up, so hopefully no mobs spawn. So that goes there. Oh, that goes there. There's now a gap between them all, hopefully. Just leave them there. Just leave them there. It's fine. No one will see. No one will know. There you go. They'll despawn. How do I... Back to there. Back in here. Okay. Ouch. Okay, so hopefully this time we try it. It should work perfectly. And yes, it's quite slow, but I'm okay with that. So it does work. That's fine. It's slow. It's noisy. It probably causes lag. It's my world. I don't care. Okay, so let's try this water safety drop. If I just make sure I go back. Perfect. Okay, so let's work on the design for this right now. We're going to go for some of these, some of these, some of these. Why not? Okay, so we're going to have some glass and some quartz covering this piston row here. So we'll start off with that. Let's get some dirt on my bar. Universal scaffolding block. Okay, so we're going to go probably up to... well, let's just see. 1, 2, 3... Let's go for 5. Yeah, and then cover that with chiseled. And then for this section here, well, let's just work this out. It's going to be detailed, but not too ornate. I want to work away from the over-detailed look that I tried for the last area. I'm going to need to sleep soon. Less talking, more working. Okay, so let's try this. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of a sort of, well, I don't want to say a space age theme, but kind of futuristic, modern is the word I think I'm looking for here. We're gonna go for a modern look for this area, which is not something we've done in the spawn area at least. Okay, so I don't mind that. And then what I'm gonna do, I think, let's break off this there. Can I place the block down there? I can, because I'm a genius. Like so. Did I get any white glass? I do. Okay, so let me try this. I obviously can't see what it looks like from up here. Yeah. Like that, and then we'll have regular quartz. Okay, did I get any iron bars? I did. I am prepared. So let's just copy that. Like so, and then fall down. Totally on purpose. Get out of my face. I really have to sleep soon. It could actually get quite dangerous around here since I've only little tiny sections. Okay, I like that. Okay, so I'm just going to basically repeat that all the way up. See you in 4 hours. Okay guys, so that wasn't quite 4 hours, but it felt like, well actually it felt about 22 hours in all honesty. I think when you're doing something in survival that's quite repetitive, it can get a little bit tedious, but it's okay. It's all good because this is what I have come up with. So the only difference really that I've done from what I showed you is I've swapped out every other section of these for these smooth stone slabs and cobblestone walls, just to break it up a little bit. Now, I mentioned that I'm not going to go over detailed on this build, and I think I might have gone over detailed, so I might even chop away some of these blocks at some point, but for now it's okay. It's actually one of these builds that looks a little bit better from far away, so I'll just show you from over here. Yeah, I really like that actually. It is maybe a bit much. But it's okay, because this is going to be the sort of main build from the ground. There won't be many builds on the ground in this area. So, you know, I'm okay with the detail. For the rest of the sky base, maybe not so detailed. My brain is begging me to not do it so over detailed for the next few builds, but that's okay. Now, I should probably see if this still works first. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the top here is probably do some sort of pattern in the floor out of stone. And then sort of what's going to happen is we're going to have like branches going off to the various farms. So for instance, maybe we have the iron farm over here and the mob farm over there. So you have like a little, I don't know if it's going to be a circular platform or a square platform, but a platform and then a tunnel into the next section. So it's all going to be like little platforms that are linked together. Maybe some of them will do square, some of them circle, you know, mix it up. I don't know. Something to think of in the future anyway. So let's get down here. Very good. But I'm not going to say that I'm going to do some work on this in the next episode, because I may end up moving to a new area. I'm thinking of doing a build that I mentioned before in episode 28 about the build that's going to look like the village of Bree in Lord of the Rings, where all the houses are really close together and they kind of loom over the streets, and it's kind of dark and quite a little tiny bit scary. Well, that's the sort of thought behind it. Maybe that's not how it's going to actually turn out, but hopefully it will. But I'm afraid that is it for the end of episode 30. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.